Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Episode 3, which originally streamed live on Twitch. So you last voted on tailoring? So here is the next research priority. Research 2, clay brick, defensive structures, smelting, cartography, furniture 2. No, this is the wrong list, but whatever. You can vote on that anyway. Should be fletching. Rick's almost gotten to the point where he can plant herbs. He's 24 out of 25 needed, which is good. And we do have a sewing station that we can build. And a smelting furnace. Now, the smelting furnace requires... I'm going to do the stone variant, because otherwise it would require clay. So I just had to click the variant over here. Not a lot of clay on this map tile. Where is the clay? God, there's very little clay. Hey, Rick got a little older. Yeah. Clay is not in abundance, that's for sure. I'll give you 2.5 more minutes to vote on that. Finally getting rid of this tree that's right in front. I'm going to lower his priority for construction in the future, because that concerns me a little bit. So we have iron, which you need iron nuggets, and it produces iron ingots and ash. And then there's gold and silver as well, which we haven't found any yet. But obviously there's plentiful iron. And summer. Summer's here. So, high temperatures. Chance of heat waves. Build underground storage to keep your food fresh during the hot summer days. Got it. So as you can see, these cabbages are decomposing really quickly. Really quickly. So here's the sewing station. We have winter clothes, summer clothes, caps, wide straw hats. I'm going to make 3 hats. And then taking a look at the jobs here. For smithing, I'm going to take everyone else off of it, just leave Can. And then for tailoring, doing the same. Even though Can has lower tailoring than Marauder. No, actually, I'll leave Marauder on it too. Then carpentry, same deal. There. How's the game feeling like compared to what it was before? I don't know. More features? The diplomacy and the factions are really nice. That's a feature that was very missed before. That's one that's really nice to have. And it looks like, I'm just going to call this early, Research 2 is what we're going with. So this unlocks the better research bench. I'm still working on the root cellar, but we're getting pretty close to it being done. And the other thing I need to do is to move out the resources that don't belong in there. Like the limestone to free up space for food. So we have a giant piles of limestone down there that we need to remove. So we're making these little straw hats here. I wonder if they were any good. We already made one. I don't know where it is. In the pile somewhere, I think. Oh no, it's right here. This just helps us to protect us a little bit from the temperatures in the summer. So we don't get overheated as easily. Especially useful if you have a trait that makes you more vulnerable to heat. But I don't believe anyone has that trait. The other thing I might do is high priority haul everybody here. So that we can pull all the things that don't belong in here out. So I'll do that briefly. So that we store, there we go, our seeds and herbs and everything in here. Protecting it from the outside. Okay. A lot of the things that shouldn't be stored up here because of decay. Oh, I also need to put the healing piles, the healing kits down here too. So, medicine, simple healing kit. Oh, we brought our stews. Come on. There we are. Simple healing kits. Now it's not going to decay. All right, jobs. Hauling lower priority so we can finish it up. So I would say the root cellar is basically done, so I'm going to move on to build a kitchen. And research tailoring. Well, that's not true anymore. So for next research, let me give you some options here. I'm going to have to rewrite all of them down. So we have the ability to do research 3. Armor. Beekeeping. Brewing. Preserving food. Furniture 2. I'm going to skip clay brick. Because I don't think that's one that we're going to need anytime soon. Oh, my lord, is this a big list. There it is. It definitely clips into the overlay a little bit, so apologies for that. But that's about everything. So research 3, armorer, beekeeping, brewing, preserving food, furniture 2, defensive structures, cartography, decorative structures, decorative banners, blacksmithing, steel, wood weapons, and fletching 2. So for kitchen, let's get to work. So one of the things I'm going to want is to have it be sort of square. So this goes 4 to the left from the stairs, 4 to the right from the stairs. So get that mined out. Let's also have them wear the hats that I've made. So as soon as I see them coming back towards, I'll have them equip it. Here we are. Oh, no, Macho's just sitting on the hat. I don't think I asked you to do that, dude. Nope, still can't figure out how to put a hat on. Macho, I know, it's a tough task. But, okay. Macho only wants to sit on the hat like it's a toilet, so I'm gonna leave the hat alone for a minute. Because, there's some issues. Come on, man. There we go! Third time's the charm. Alright, so this is now its own individual room. And it's cool in there, not quite as cold as the root cellar. It's about 1.5 degrees, 2 degrees higher. But still pretty cool. I'm going to move the pile of limestone further away from where the kitchen's going to be. Like that. And then just get cracking. So the other thing I want to do is to control movement around where this structure is going to be, which means removing these ramps so that enemies can't easily gain access to the parts of my kitchen that I don't want them to, because I'm going to be building the structure here, sort of into the mountain. Alright, it also looks like defensive structures is winning. I don't have the research for it yet, but that gives me wooden traps and reinforced doors, which protects us from raiders. This get finished? Yeah. Alright, awesome. So all this food is staying pretty good so far. Summer day 3 out of 12. We're also getting a little bit of iron, because some of this is iron here, so we'll have iron nuggets to smelt. Whole lot of mining to be done. So Can, how's it going with you? Still getting the chronicles. And I'm going to call this one, it's defensive structures. Alright, awesome. We'll get to it. Oh, here we go. Another opportunity. Who was found faint and bleeding by a citizen of Rhadamant town. From the axe and shattered lumber, Dudok has clearly experienced woodcutting mishap. Would I let him stay and heal? So we can either slam the door shut on him, or we can welcome him in. I have a feeling like I know how you're going to vote, but I'll leave it up to you anyway. Well, I caffeinate. So if you allow him to stay, he is at least smithing 19. He's a wicked armorer. He has passions in mining, speechcraft, smithing, carpentry. He's 23 years old. He weighs 63 kilograms, is 153 centimeters tall. We got a pretty good look at him, I guess. And it looks like you guys say, yes, help Dudok. I'm all for it. So we'll welcome him in. Alright, so he is over here, sort of unconscious. What this means is I'm going to have a giveaway. It's going to be a generic timer up the top of the screen, and anyone in the chat who's active, any of the subscribers rather, who are active between now and when that timer runs out are eligible. All you got to do is type something. Not literally something, but it can be something if you want. So I'm having Can run over there and go rescue him. And then another thing I'm going to want to do is to get another bed for Dudok, or whatever Dudok's name is going to be. So we are carrying Dudok to be healed. So Dudok has carpentry 17, mining, smithing, and speechcraft passions. So go to the priorities here. Not a whole lot of marksmanship. Mining is good because we are going to need some miners. Smithing. You actually might be our smith now, and our carpenter. Okay, cool. And then what is his traits? Just congenial. Great. So he's not like cursed or anything. Sometimes you can get cursed people who have horrible traits. And for now, he at least does not have that. So Can's healing him up. He has a deep arm laceration. And he's also young. So, in being young, they gain experience a little bit more quickly. But they're a little clumsier, subject to mood changes, so on and so forth. And then adults here have increased motor function and hit point recovery. I don't have anyone elderly to show you that, but there's also that. So Dudok, yeah, welcome. Macho should be building the bed now. I think he's grabbing materials for the bed as we speak. Yep. Good. Good, good, good. I'm just putting down some structures to keep a specific area safe for us to traverse in without being interrupted by raiders. Oh, some red currant rotted. Even in our storage stockpile, which means this is getting a little hot. Oh, it's outside right now, because, I actually don't know why it's outside. You know, where'd it go? Oh, did it cave in? Yeah, I think it caved in. Okay, let me put a limestone block wall right here in the middle. And Macho, I'm going to have you go construct that right now. Shrink the zone. All right, so haul the cabbage out of there. No, no, no. Haul cabbage. You're already working on it. Yeah, see, I doubt. Yeah, there we go. Get the block wall up. All right. Icarus. Congrats. You are now Dudok. The Wickered Armorer. All right, there we go. So it's still registered as outside. That shouldn't be the case anymore. I like your clothing that you're wearing. Very avant-garde, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to build a stone block wall pillar all the way up, and hopefully that will insulate it. Still not enough for defensive structures, but we're getting pretty close. Alright, that pillar goes clear up top. It's still outside. I might save and load. Just to make sure that the designation isn't stuck. So let me go back to the main menu and load back in. I was trying to design it so I'd avoid the cave-in, but I had a cave-in anyway. Right, Yoda? Yoda is our overseer, and he clearly has failed me. Sleeping on the job, I know. Okay, yep, it's inside now, magically. Ta-da! Problem solved. Just needed to save and load. The answers to most problems. Why isn't it working? Just save and load. We'll figure it out. That's a really weird place for clothing. Yeah, the universal unplug it and plug it back in. Amen. It works. It really does work. So here's some walls to protect this area here from raiders. And then we have like one block wall to stop them from getting onto the top there. And we are working on a kitchen. In due time. So over here, I'm also going to allow for raw ingots to be, or nuggets to be stored, so we can move these nuggets out of the way as well. And defensive structures is now researched. Okay. Nice. Next research. Giant list again. I know. Covers up the overlay and everything. Here, I can fix the overlay. There we go. So what is next? So beekeeping allows for us to keep bees for wax and honey. Brewing allows for brewing ale. Preserving food allows for a smokehouse to smoke meats so they stay fresher, and shelves to store food. Furniture, what is it? Preserving food. Furniture 2 is some bigger tables, candelabras, etc. Defensive decorative structures is for wall things to designate rooms. Same with the banners. Defensive structures 2 is a metal trap. Does even more damage. Blacksmithing would be a forge to forge stuff. Cartography table opens up the region map. Steel allows you to make steel. Wooden weaponry is for the flail and the wooden the two-handed flail and the regular flail, and then fletching is for longbow. So there is the whole list. And it seems to me like our guys have stripped down to their skivvies. So as soon as I move this sewing station, I might see to getting them some armor, because everybody's wearing hats and they're otherwise naked, which is hilarious, but also probably not what we want. So you can see where the kitchen's going to go. It's going to be in this spot. So the stonemason bench is going to have to move. And the woodwork bench actually could stay there. Woodwork bench, oddly, is not in the way. Is this a nudist ideology? Looks like it, I know. Sure looks like it. But it isn't. Who's exhausted? Macho? Oh, sorry, I had Macho wake up and do a lot of construction. We'll get him to go to sleep. So for us to have a actual proper kitchen, there are certain room types that going medieval allows you to have. So a kitchen requires at least one stove, two wall pottery shelves, and a butchering table or brewing station. So in order to have a kitchen, an actual kitchen, what we're going to need is to get the decorative structures for wall pottery shelves, and then to get over here cooking for a stove. So that will designate it as a kitchen. Otherwise, it's just a room with some kitchen things in it, but not actually a real kitchen. And the benefit of that is it speeds up the production of butchering and cooking in the room. What the heck? Can just died peacefully in his sleep. How old was he? I don't think it was that old. Well, to the pyre you go. There goes our researcher. That's rough. Marauder can research too, so I'm going to put him on research. But, yep, he just died in his sleep. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Alright, and there he goes. Okay, preserving food. So preserving food does lead to cooking, and this allows for a smokehouse, which is good to use. Keeping your crops nice, or keeping your meat nice and preserved. Hey, Punisher, thanks for the resub. Large. Tall. Wondering what they all have. Just adult. Thin. Young. Okay. The bees demand sacrifice. You think I can win? Winning would just be like not dying. Hopefully I can not die. It's not a stretch goal or anything. So Macho, what are you working on? What are you even building? He's putting down some wooden floors. There we go. Now he's actually building. Took a minute. So how cool is it down here? Oh, it's still pretty good. Nothing is rotting just yet. Good. I think what I'm going to do is wait for flowering. I don't really need a lot of cabbage, so I'll go with getting a lot of cabbage seed instead. And Macho is working on the last of the flooring, and then I'll wall this all up and keep it nice and protected. So this wall here is probably not going to be all that useful to me, I think. Because it still allows enemies to damage things that I don't want them to damage. So instead, I'll bump it out a little further. And like that. So you can sort of see where we're going to have a permanent perimeter. Here, I'm not going to allow it there. I'm not going to put stone on top of wood. You can see what we're trying to do is build a keep into the mountain. All right, now I don't want any of you to just keel over and die randomly, please. That would be disheartening. No old age bogusness. They can't drop down like that. That's not how the game works. Not gonna be able to. They'll be able to shoot down if they have a line of sight, but not. They can't fly. Okay, root cellar is done formally, and now we're just waiting on the kitchen. So, Macho, what are you working on now? You are building the perimeter walls. All right, instead of building the perimeter walls, because that's a totally different project. Well, it's a totally different project, but it is kind of required in order to keep things safe. So I'll allow it. The other thing I want to do is, let's go to jobs and have them cut stone as a slightly higher priority. Doing a little bit of hunting. Well, they ran fast. Now that we have the root cellar complete. Icarus, finish that production so I can move the bench. Oh, yeah, you're not a constructor. I love how they're all just naked right now. Very strange. So here's preserving food. And next research, we can also open up to cooking and ice making. So ice making allows you in the winter to cut ice so that you can have ice blocks to cool your food in the summer. Or when it's hot. Alright. I am going to have you stop hunting. There's other more important things for you to do. Like building that wall. Nice. So we're halfway through summer. We have kept our food safe from the hot summer temperatures, except for the time when it caved in and briefly rotted, but let's ignore that, like it never happened. And we're just about done protecting this sort of like this... I don't know what to call it geographically. But this area from raiders, so that they can't come in here. So next up, the thing that I want Macho to do is to start to move these benches so I can put walls in for the rest of the structure. I think what I'm actually going to do is to spend a little extra time to mine out the walls and then replace the walls with stone. So we're going to... It's not really an underground base, but we are definitely going to quarry into the mountain. Who's annoyed? Deprived of religious activities. Alright, so schedule. When everyone starts their day, they're going to do a little leisure. Marauder was getting annoyed, and allowing him to pray is going to help him... with his mood. I'm also going to have him drop his flimsy stuff. So that his mood goes back up. Alright, so now Macho's moving these workplace benches so they're out of the way. And we are starting to make our kitchen. And I'm going to build it with a reinforced door, I think. I'll probably have a simple wooden door at first, but then eventually reinforce it so that if we do have raiders and they're overwhelming us, we can fall back to this secured building first for safety. Lone traveling. So this is another trade opportunity. And Petrable, thank you for the bits. Yeah, nothing like a secure kitchen, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I have that I'll be able to trade this merchant. Maybe I'll trade some cabbage, which I have 300 of, for, like, beer. Cabbage for beer sounds like a really good trade to me. And I know it's weird to have windows here, but eventually I intend to mine out around this so that those windows actually peer out to something. So, the other thing is, who the heck talks? Can was our spokesperson, so I'm really not sure who has the best speechcraft after Can died of old age, or whatever. I don't know what Can died of, to be honest. Speechcraft's 5, 5, 1, and 3. Guess it really doesn't matter. They're all equally horrible at it. And next up will be beekeeping. Okie dokie. Alright, Macho. Talk to Edric. And let's see. He does, in fact, buy cabbages. And I will buy... I'll sell my flimsy clothing and these good leather winter clothing that is ruined. He doesn't really have a lot to sell me, though. Carrot seeds. Apple saplings. Yeah, I want them. Alcohol. I'll buy some alcohol. This is not that kind of alcohol. This is like alcohol for a disinfectant. Oh, he doesn't have the weight for this. Okay. Accept. Cool. So now, if I go to fields here, I did get some carrots. Oh, I also got some flax. So let's put some flax in. I don't know how many seeds I have, but fewer than that. And then we had 9 carrot seeds. Still, we don't have the skills for herbs. But let's go with apple tree. Two apple trees down there. Gonna start an orchard. I want apple pie. Alright, kitchen's sort of come together. I'm working on it. The naked boys are getting it constructed. So if we wanted summer clothes, let's go with 4 of them. Let's queue that up, because it's a little silly that we're in our skivvies. And then at some point we'll do a smokehouse right outside of the, like here maybe, right outside of the kitchen. I'm also going to change the style of this center pillar here, so it looks more pillary. Come on, let me click it. There we go. Okay. What's funny is you can make it circular or however you want. You know? It's all cosmetic. I don't know. I kind of like it. So then you can have like rounded edges into for the buildings or whatever, like that. It's a nice feature, I think. So in terms of a ceiling here, one of the things that will typically happen with your kitchens is because they're producing a lot of heat, you might not actually want too much thermal insulation, oddly, because then it gets really, really, really hot. So I'm not 100% sure how I want to build it, but we'll do the walls first. So we're almost done with them. And the dude left. I'm not going to worry too much about the getting the meat going, because we have a root cellar that's still working even in day 8 of the summer. So I'm going to hold off on that right now. Now, if I want this truly secure, I would say probably a stone roof, just because it will look cool too. Will I eventually dig around the rooms? Yes, I will eventually. Can't tell you when, but it will happen eventually. To let everyone know that is here in chat, I typically just work on more or less whatever the current priority is, ignoring everything else, so I don't get sidetracked. So if it's not the current priority, it's just not important enough to do. So this corner here, I'm just going to leave undone for now, because I'd have to destroy one of the walls to get at it. And I'll give myself a stone roof. Oh no, I am going to be required to have that done. All right, I guess I have to deconstruct one of these walls to haul that out of the way. Please haul. So I'm going to dismantle any flimsy quality weapons. Don't care what they are. If they're flimsy, I want them broken down. And then let's get a roof over this, and I'll have you all queued up on next project. Once the kitchen is formally done. So, building priority. We'll have the expanded kitchen, if you want me to improve the kitchen. Or maybe I'll call it improved kitchen. Improved root cellar. Dining hall, workshop, storage, barracks, individual bedrooms, church, defenses, etc. There you go. You decide on what to build on next. Up at the top right there. So Icarus. Marksman 9. Wouldn't be terrible for him to grab a bow, I guess. My best carpenter is, in fact, Icarus, so maybe I'll have him make one? Once he's up. And have I been making clothing? No. Doesn't look like it. Oh, Marauder's literally working on that as we speak. Cool. At a little bit of a penalty because he's outside, but it's what we can do at this point. All right, get that roof on, man. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval, which originally streamed live on Twitch April 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com has the link to Discord, as does the description of this video. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com and Discord is also the resource for that as well. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.